We're just going to take a quick look at Word now and some of the new features with touch interfaces. So we've got a touch interface here, and we're just going to start up Word straight away from here. And I'm going to show you some of the new features that you can take advantage of. One of the great things you can do is not just open Word documents, but we can go in here, have a look in My Documents, and you'll see we've got a progress report, but this is a PDF file. So we can go straight in and open up that PDF file, and it takes it straight into Word. Now it gives us a little warning that it might take a little while to do this. Hit OK. It's only a couple of pages, actually really quick to go into. So it's now brought it into Word. It's a true Word document. We can edit this. It's actual text. It's not an image of text. It's real text. And if I use another thing, we can scroll through this with touch, and we can see we've got a table in there. Now that's a genuine Word table. It's not an image of a table, and you can see at the top we've got the table tool. So it's actually brought it in as a real world table in here, so we can actually use it, format it as a table. A couple more things I'm going to do with this before I do anything else with touch is to actually go in and change this to touch mode. I actually like touch mode a lot of the time. Even if I'm not using a tablet, it just makes a lot of the buttons bigger. So you can see all the buttons have increased in size, and that makes it easier to use a lot of the time. Now you don't have to be using a touch device for this. So if you've got a mouse and a keyboard, maybe a laptop, and you just prefer the bigger buttons, switch it straight into touch mode, makes it a bit easier to use. It doesn't restrict you. You can do this without a touch device. You can still put it into touch mode. So now we've got that. A couple of other things I'm going to do. Just go to the File menu, and we can view some properties about the document before we go anywhere. So we've imported it and converted it. So I'm just going to go in here and just check for issues. A couple of things we're going to check for. Inspect the document, and it has a whole list of things that we can check for in here. I'm just going to leave them all selected and have a look, and it shows me there's one thing that I might have a problem with, and it's got in here that we've got the document properties and author are stored within a document. So you don't see that the whole time because you're just working with the text of the document, but it is stored in the metadata. So we can go through, we could remove those. I'm happy with that. I don't mind if it's got my name in there, so I'll leave it. But you might want to remove that information. And the other thing I'll check for is compatibility. I know it will go out to some people with older versions of Word. It says there's no compatibility issues, but you can actually check for Word 97 upwards and check if there's any compatibility problems with people with those versions. But there's none, so that's fine. Finally, before I save this, I'm just going to do another thing, which is change the view. And another great touch thing is that in read mode, you can go through, look at your document. It's a bit like an e-reader. Give a table a double tap, and it zooms straight in. And that also works with any images as well you've got in there, or any media you've got in there. You can zoom straight in and show in a bit more detail, and that can be great for a tablet device. One tap, goes back to normal. And the other thing you might want to do, another way of zooming in, if I go back into normal view, because this is a multi-touch device, you can really easily zoom in, zoom out, and it works great with a tablet interface. So we can actually do word processing on our tablet device. We might have taken the document home, we're working on a tablet at home, and you can still do full editing with that. So I'm happy I've got this all set up right. I've had a look at the document, zoomed in, zoomed out, had a look at the tables. So now I want to save this document, and you'll see if I just hit save, it keeps the name, but now it's saving as a Word document. So we've converted our PDF into a Word document, and then we can carry on through, and we're going to go through and have a look at editing this in a bit more detail as we go ahead with the rest of this presentation. So why don't you go right ahead and explore the new interface.